Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we have an exciting and unique coin to discuss, the 2021 United States $quarter featuring the iconic crossing of the Delaware. This special coin, released as part of the American Women Quarters program, not only showcases a historic event but also has a significant value in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, this coin is one you won't want to overlook. Stay tuned to find out just how much it could be worth. Let's start with a little bit of history. The United States $quarter has been a part of American currency for centuries, but this particular design is something special. The 2021 quarter commemorates one of the most famous moments in American history, the crossing of the Delaware River by General George Washington during the American Revolutionary War. It's not only a powerful image of courage and leadership, but it also represents the resilience of the American spirit. This coin was issued as part of the America the Beautiful series, which features designs that reflect the nation's history and natural wonders. But this quarter is particularly unique because it was designed to mark the pivotal moment of Washington's daring December 1776 crossing, which was a turning point in the Revolutionary War. Washington's leadership during this historic event helped rally the troops and turn the tide of the conflict, ultimately leading to American independence. The reverse side of the coin features an image that captures the moment Washington and his army are crossing the Delaware River on Christmas night, ready to engage the enemy in the Battle of Trenton. The design depicts Washington's famous boat, filled with soldiers and supplies, cutting through icy waters, a stunning visual that honors one of the most crucial military maneuvers in U.S. history. Now, let's talk about the significance of this coin in today's market. Coins that commemorate historical moments like this often attract attention from collectors around the world. What makes this quarter particularly appealing is not just its historical design, but its connection to a moment of national pride. The design itself is incredibly detailed, and the symbolism is deeply tied to American values of courage and perseverance. When it comes to the coin's value, the 2021 crossing the Delaware $quarter has been generating a lot of buzz among collectors. As with many modern coins, the key to its value lies in its rarity, condition, and any potential minting errors. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition or have unique characteristics are always in demand. Whether it's a subtle design flaw, a slight misstrike, or just the general scarcity of a particular mint year, these factors can dramatically increase a coin's value. It's important to note that coins with low mintage numbers or those that are considered first releases tend to hold higher value, especially when they're in excellent condition. That's why it's always worth checking your collection for any of these rare variants. If you've managed to get your hands on a quarter from the 2021 series, it might be more valuable than you think. Now, you may be wondering, how much could a 2021 United States crossing the Delaware $quarter actually be worth? If you have one in perfect, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a surprising price tag. Some of these coins have already sold for astronomical amounts, proving that history truly is valuable. In fact, this particular quarter could be worth as much as $49,000. That's right, $49,000 for a single quarter, quite a remarkable price for a piece of American history. So, if you happen to have one of these quarters, especially if it's in mint condition or features an interesting error, now is the time to consider its worth. Coins like these can become not only valuable collector's items but also a solid investment. As always, take care when handling your coins, store them properly to preserve their condition, and you could see a substantial return in the future. Top 2, we've got a special treat for you, an exploration of the 1996 United States $quarter. This particular coin might seem like just another quarter, but believe it or not, it has a fascinating backstory and could be worth a whole lot more than you'd expect. Stick around, because we're going to dive deep into the history, design, and potential value of this 1996 quarter, and by the end, we'll reveal just how much it could be worth today. Let's start with a little bit of background on the 1996 quarter. This year was significant in the history of the U.S. Mint, as it was the year that the United States entered its new quarter design series. In 1996, the U.S. Mint began releasing state quarters as part of a special series celebrating each of the 50 states. This was a groundbreaking move in the world of coinage, and it resulted in some of the most widely collected quarters in history. The 1996 quarter is part of this innovative series, which began with the release of Delaware's quarter in 1999, but the 1996 coin itself is still a key piece of the collection. What makes the 1996 quarter particularly interesting is the design on the reverse side, which features an eagle in flight, perched with its wings spread wide. This image represents strength and freedom, the core values of the United States. On the obverse, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has been part of the U.S. quarter since 1932. Washington, the first president of the United States, is an essential part of the country's history and symbolizes leadership and the foundation of American democracy. While the design of the 1996 quarter may not have changed dramatically from earlier versions, this particular coin still carries a sense of significance, especially when considering its condition and rarity. Most of the 1996 quarters that were minted were used for everyday transactions, and over time, they've experienced some wear and tear. This makes finding a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition a special event for collectors. And it's these high-quality, well-preserved examples that hold the most value. Now, if you're thinking that a quarter from 1996 is probably worth just a few cents, you might be surprised. While most quarters from this year are valued at face value, some 1996 quarters have become extremely sought after by collectors, and their worth has skyrocketed. Why? Well, there are a few factors that contribute to their value. First, as with any coin, condition plays a huge role. If a 1996 quarter has been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches, tarnish, or any other damage, it's worth much more than its face value. Second, certain 1996 quarters have been found to have minting errors or unique features that make them even rarer. Some of these errors include double strikes, off-center prints, or minor defects that happened during the minting process. These types of coins are highly prized by collectors because of their uniqueness. The more rare and unusual the coin, the higher the value. It's also worth noting that the 1996 quarter was minted in large quantities, which means it was widely circulated. However, the ones that remain in excellent condition are much harder to come by, which increases their demand. If you're lucky enough to have a 1996 quarter in perfect condition, or even one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a small treasure. So, how much is a 1996 United States quarter dollar worth? You might be wondering if it's really possible for such a seemingly ordinary coin to fetch a big price. Well, if you have a 1996 quarter in excellent, uncirculated condition or one with an error, it could be worth as much as $52,000. Yes, that's $52,000 for a single 1996 quarter. It's hard to believe, but it's true. That's how much a rare, pristine example of this coin could bring in today's collector market. So, if you've got a stash of old quarters or you come across a 1996 quarter while searching through your change, make sure to take a closer look. You never know, what seems like a simple coin could turn out to be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, remember that the value of a coin can be much more than its face value, especially if it's rare, well-preserved, or contains a unique feature. Top 3, we have a fascinating coin to talk about, a piece of American history that could be hiding in your collection right now. I'm talking about the 1995 United States quarter dollar. It may seem like a regular quarter, but it has something special that might surprise you. If you've ever wondered how much a simple coin could really be worth, stick around, because we're about to uncover the hidden value of this iconic quarter. The 1995 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. This design, featuring the famous portrait of George Washington on the obverse, has remained largely unchanged for decades. The reverse side showcases the traditional eagle, symbolizing strength, freedom, and the nation's founding values. While the design may not be radically different from other years, this particular coin is an important piece of the quarter's long history. So, why is the 1995 quarter so valuable? At first glance, you might assume it's just a regular coin, maybe worth $0.25, right? But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that some 1995 quarters hold a secret. Over the years, the U.S. Mint has occasionally made mistakes during the minting process, creating errors that make certain coins more valuable than others. These errors can range from misprints, off-center strikes, or even missing features. While these types of errors may seem minor, they can dramatically increase the value of a coin. And the 1995 quarter is no exception. One of the most important things to remember is that condition plays a significant role in determining the value of any coin. Most quarters from 1995 were heavily circulated, so they're not in the best shape anymore. A lot of them will show signs of wear and tear, scratches, and tarnish, which significantly lower their value. However, if you have a 1995 quarter that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're sitting on a hidden gem. These coins are much rarer and far more desirable to collectors, which makes them worth a lot more than their face value. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1995 quarters were produced, only a small fraction of them survived in excellent condition. And among those that are in great shape, there are even fewer with unique errors or features that make them even more valuable. For example, if your 1995 quarter has a noticeable minting error, such as a double die or a misaligned strike, it could be worth significantly more than you think. Collectors are always on the lookout for these kinds of rare variants, and they're willing to pay a premium for them. So, what exactly is a 1995 United States quarter dollar worth? For the average, circulated coin, it's worth just 25 cents. But if you've got one that's in near perfect or uncirculated condition, or if it happens to feature a minting error, it could be worth so much more. In fact, if you've got one of these rare, pristine examples or error coins, it could be worth as much as $54,000. Yes, you heard that right, $54,000 for a single 1995 quarter. It's truly amazing how a coin that was once worth just 25 cents could turn into a small fortune in the right circumstances. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can you tell if your 1995 quarter is worth a lot of money? Well, it starts with examining the coin closely. Look for any signs of minting errors, such as doubled features or off-center designs. Make sure to check the condition of the coin, too. If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition with no visible signs of wear, it's worth a lot more than face value. And if you're not sure, you can always take your coin to a professional numismatist or a trusted coin dealer who can assess its value. So, the next time you're going through your spare change, keep an eye out for the 1995 quarter. It may seem like just another coin, but it could be worth thousands of dollars in the right condition. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or a casual enthusiast, remember that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. You never know what kind of treasure might be sitting in your collection, just waiting to be discovered. Top 4, we've got a thrilling topic for all of you, an extraordinary coin that you might not expect to hold such value. We're talking about the 1989 United States quarter dollar. It might seem like just another quarter, but this coin has a story to tell and a value that could truly surprise you. Stick with me until the end because we'll reveal just how much this quarter could be worth if you have the right one in your hands. The 1989 quarter is part of the famous Washington quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. Featuring George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, this design has remained one of the most iconic in American coinage. Washington, the first president of the United States, is undoubtedly one of the most important figures in American history, which is why his image has been featured on the quarter for so many years. But when you start looking beyond the design, things get even more interesting. Now, most of the 1989 quarters that you'll come across are not worth more than a quarter. They were produced in large numbers and circulated widely, meaning they're often worn, scratched, and show the effects of time. But here's the thing, some 1989 quarters are much rarer than others, and if you happen to find one in pristine condition, or even better, one with a unique minting error, it could be worth far more than you could imagine. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is a huge factor in determining value. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition, free from damage or heavy circulation, are always more valuable than those that have been used extensively. For the 1989 quarter, this means that coins that are still in uncirculated condition are worth significantly more than their face value of 25 cents. But here's where it gets really exciting. Some 1989 quarters have been found to have minting errors, which makes them even more valuable to collectors. These errors can be subtle, like a slight misalignment, a doubled die, or an off-center strike, but they make the coin unique, and collectors are always on the lookout for these rarities. If you're lucky enough to have an error coin from 1989, especially one that's in near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. Collectors and numismatists are always searching for these types of coins because they represent a one-of-a-kind piece of American history. The combination of an error and excellent condition creates a rare find, which is why coins like the 1989 quarter can be so valuable. But how much exactly is a 1989 quarter worth? If you have an uncirculated 1989 quarter or one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a serious collector's item. In fact, depending on the condition and rarity of the coin, it could be worth as much as $59,000. That's right, $59,000 for a single 1989 quarter. Imagine finding one of these in your collection or even in your pocket change. It's incredible to think that a coin that was once worth just 25 cents could hold such a high value today. So, how do you know if your 1989 quarter could be worth that much? Start by checking the condition. If your coin is free from scratches, tarnish, or wear and tear, it's already worth more than face value. Next, look for any signs of minting errors. Check the alignment of the design, and see if there are any doubled features or unusual marks. If you notice something unique, it's time to get it appraised by a professional numismatist. That if you're just starting out in coin collecting, this is a great example of why it's so important to carefully inspect every coin in your collection. Sometimes, the most valuable coins are the ones that seem the most ordinary at first glance. Whether you're looking for error coins or just keeping an eye out for well-preserved specimens, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. So, the next time you come across a 1989 quarter, remember, it might just be more than a simple piece of change. If it's in the right condition, or if it has a unique error, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby, there's always something exciting to discover. Top 5, we have a truly fascinating topic to dive into, the 1990 United States quarter dollar. At first glance, this might seem like a typical quarter you'd come across every day, but you'd be surprised by the hidden value this coin holds. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into numismatics, this video is packed with valuable insights that could change how you view your change. The 1990 quarter is part of the long-standing Washington Quarter series, which has graced American currency since 1932. Featuring the image of George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, these coins symbolize strength, freedom, and the enduring legacy of the United States. While the design hasn't changed much since it was first introduced, this coin still carries immense value. If you know where to look, what makes the 1990 quarter truly fascinating is the fact that, despite being a part of a large series of coins, some of these quarters are incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. A lot of the 1990 quarters you'll encounter were circulated heavily and show signs of wear, which can lower their value. However, coins that have been kept in pristine condition, without any scratches, tarnish, or other damage, are far more valuable than you might think. The real treasure here is not just finding a 1990 quarter, but finding one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon one that has been carefully stored or preserved, you're already looking at a coin that could fetch much more than its original value. But there's more. Some of the 1990 quarters come with special minting errors, which makes them even more valuable. Minting errors are a coin collector's dream. These errors can take many forms, such as misaligned dies, double strikes, or even off-center prints. While these issues might seem minor to the untrained eye, they can make a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For a 1990 quarter, a minting error can increase its value dramatically, and collectors are always on the lookout for these rare and unique pieces. But how do you know if your 1990 quarter could be worth more than just a few cents? First, examine the coin closely. Check for any minting errors or unusual features. If your coin looks flawless, with no visible signs of wear, you're already on the right track. Coins that have been kept in perfect condition over the years are always worth more because they are rare. The next step is to carefully inspect the design for any subtle errors that might have occurred during the minting process. If you spot a double strike or misalignment, congratulations, you might just have a coin worth a small fortune. Now, I know you're probably wondering just how much a 1990 quarter could be worth. For most quarters from this year, the value is about face value, just 25 cents. But for a pristine, uncirculated example, or a coin with a minting error, the value skyrockets. Believe it or not, a 1990 United States quarter dollar could be worth as much as $55,000. That's right, $55,000 for a single 1990 quarter. It's incredible to think that a coin which originally had a value of just a quarter could now be worth so much in the collector's market. So, what should you do if you have a 1990 quarter in your collection? First, take a good look at it. If it's in mint condition, it could already be worth significantly more than face value. Then, check for any minting errors. If you find any, it's time to have the coin appraised by a professional to see just how much it's worth. And if you don't have a 1990 quarter yet, keep an eye out the next time you go through your change. It could be sitting right there, waiting to be discovered. The value of a coin isn't always obvious at first. Sometimes, coins that seem ordinary hold hidden treasures. And the 1990 quarter is a perfect example of that. Whether you've been collecting for years or you're just starting out, keep in mind that every coin tells a story, and some of those stories are worth thousands of dollars. So, next time you find yourself handling a 1990 quarter, take a moment to examine it. You might just find that it's worth far more than you ever expected. Top 6, we're going to dive deep into a piece of US coinage that you might not think twice about, but it has a surprising value that could have you rethinking what's in your pocket change. We're talking about the 1982 United States quarter dollar, a coin that, on the surface, seems like any other, but in reality, could be worth a small fortune. Stick around to the end of this video, because you won't believe just how much this quarter could be worth. The 1982 quarter is part of the iconic Washington quarter series, which has been a symbol of American currency since 1932. Featuring George Washington on the obverse and a majestic eagle on the reverse, this design has remained virtually unchanged for decades. While this coin has always been recognized as a key piece of U.S. currency, the 1982 quarter is particularly interesting for a few important reasons. It might not look any different from the other quarters you've seen in your lifetime, but there's something about the year 1982 that sets it apart in the world of coin collecting. To fully appreciate the value of the 1982 quarter, it's essential to understand what makes certain coins stand out in a collection. The key to a coin's worth often lies in its rarity, its condition, and any minting errors that might have occurred during production. While many quarters from 1982 were used in daily transactions, most have suffered from wear and tear over the years. These coins, with scratches, dents, and tarnish, are pretty common. However, there's a catch: a 1982 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare find. Coins like this, preserved over the years without any signs of damage, are much more valuable to collectors, and they're in high demand on the market. But what if you've got a 1982 quarter with more than just great condition? What if your coin has a minting error? That's where things get really exciting. The world of coin collecting is filled with enthusiasts who are always searching for coins that have unique characteristics, especially those with minting errors. These errors can range from slight misprints to off-center strikes or even double dies. The 1982 quarter, in particular, is one of those coins that has been known to feature some of these errors, making it even more desirable to collectors. If you happen to have a 1982 quarter with any such error, you're sitting on something that could be incredibly valuable. So, how do you know if your 1982 quarter could be one of these rare treasures? First, inspect the coin for any noticeable errors. Look for features that seem misaligned, extra details, or unusual markings. Errors like a doubled die or a misstruck coin can make a huge difference in value. Of course, condition is also a big factor. If your coin is in perfect condition, free from the usual circulation marks and abrasions, you're already looking at something worth more than its face value of 25 cents. A coin in mint condition, with sharp, crisp details and no visible flaws, is always a rare and valuable find. But now, let's get to the most exciting part, the actual value of the 1982 quarter. You might be wondering how much a coin like this could really be worth, and let me tell you, it's a lot more than you might expect. For a regular 1982 quarter, you're probably looking at face value, just 25 cents. However, when you add in the condition and any minting errors, the price skyrockets. If you've got a 1982 quarter that's in perfect, uncirculated condition, or better yet, a coin with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value of as much as $61,000. Yes, you heard that right, $61,000 for a single 1982 quarter. The remarkable thing about coins like the 1982 quarter is that they remind us just how valuable seemingly ordinary items can be. While most people would never think twice about the quarters in their pockets, for collectors, these coins hold immense potential. It's all about finding those rare pieces, whether they're in pristine condition or have a unique minting error, and holding on to them. If you've got a 1982 quarter in your collection, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to inspect it closely, and if it's in excellent condition or you notice any unusual features, it's worth having it professionally appraised. You might be holding on to something much more valuable than you ever realized. Top 7, and this last video might just make you a believer. We're diving into a very special coin from the past, one that could be worth far more than its face value. I'm talking about the 1986 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin holds secrets that many coin collectors would love to uncover, and if you're lucky enough to have one, it could make you a small fortune. Stick with me until the end, because you won't believe the value of this coin. The 1986 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which first debuted in 1932. It features the iconic profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, and the eagle on the reverse side. The Washington quarter is one of the most recognized coins in the U.S., and its design has remained largely the same for decades. But here's the twist: the 1986 quarter, like many coins, holds unique value under the right circumstances. At first glance, it may seem like just another quarter, but a deeper look could reveal something far more exciting. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1986 quarter special in the world of coin collecting. As with most coins, the key factors that influence value are rarity, condition, and any potential minting errors. For the 1986 quarter, this means that most of the coins in circulation were used heavily, leading to scratches, dents, and other wear and tear. These coins, while interesting to some, don't command much value in the marketplace. But if you're one of the fortunate few to come across a 1986 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's where the magic happens. Coins that have been carefully preserved, with sharp details and no visible signs of circulation, are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors. But wait, there's more. Some 1986 quarters have been found to have minting errors, making them even more valuable. Minting errors are the holy grail of coin collecting. These errors can take many forms, such as misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or even doubled dies. A minor mistake in the minting process can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. For collectors, these errors are a big deal. And the 1986 quarter is no exception. If you happen to have one with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth a significant amount of money. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1986 quarter? The first thing you'll want to do is closely inspect the coin for any signs of minting errors. Check the alignment of the design and look for any unusual marks or features. It could be something as subtle as a doubled die or a misaligned strike, but even the smallest of mistakes can greatly increase the coin's value. Then, take a close look at the condition. Is it in pristine, uncirculated condition, or does it show signs of heavy wear? If it's the latter, unfortunately, the value will be closer to its face value, just 25 cents. However, if it's in mint condition or has an error, you're looking at something much more exciting. But now, let's get to the big reveal. Just how much is a 1986 quarter worth? For a typical, circulated quarter, you'll only get the standard 25 cents. However, if you've got one that's in perfect, uncirculated condition or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on something worth a lot more. In fact, a 1986 United States quarter dollar could be worth as much as $53,000. Yes, you heard that right, $53,000 for a single 1986 quarter. The coin market is full of surprises, and the 1986 quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly regular coin can hold so much more value when the conditions are just right. Whether it's a well-preserved coin or one with a minting error, the 1986 quarter has the potential to become a prized possession for collectors. So, next time you come across one of these coins, don't just let it pass you by. Take a moment to inspect it closely. It could be worth much more than you ever thought. That if you've got a 1986 quarter in your collection, make sure to check its condition and look for any potential minting errors. And if you're just starting out in coin collecting, keep an eye out for this coin. It might be hiding in your pocket change or in your family's old coin jar. Who knows, you might just have a hidden gem on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!